On today's show, we got a fun one planned for you. Welcome back to the studio. Hey, East Coast is rocking, West Coast is happening. Matty Potz is fixed, Belly is here, Brax is missing, but he'll be back, I believe, on Friday. Either way, the crew is back in the house, and we're ready to spend another morning with you. We got a whole lot planned for you. I have fixed the kneeling in the NFL issue. I'm not going to get all political on you. I just got an idea. I'm sick and tired of everybody talking about it. It's in the news, and then I realized, wait a minute. I figured it out. I've also got some stand-up from L.A., We've got Belly, who ran into Annie Cruz and was the more famous one of the two. Randomly in San Diego from Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We have so much to tell you guys, so strap it on, hang out, and we are ready to rock. It's Lucdogg in the morning, TTR Studios.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Lucdogg.
Lucdogg. Lucdogg.
This is Annie fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Lucdogg in the morning.
#1 podcast in the world. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. We're pumped, ready to go. That's right, Annie Cruz is on our intro, and she was hanging out with Belly on the West Coast. Dude, you ran into her completely randomly?
That was one of the funniest times I've ever had in craziest small world experiences.
We have to get into that. I've got Matty Potz, who is in the West Coast studio. What's up, man? I have to hear that beautiful voice.
Greetings and salutations. Oh, wow. I do sound sexy as hell today.
He's back. Yes. Do we have our sounds? Can I get a touchdown?
Oh, shit.
There it is. All right, welcome back, folks. Let's get into a fun one. Belly, you let the whole song play when you did that surprise show. Did you realize you let the whole intro play out?
Oh, you heard me realize it, right? I was like, and I just let that whole song play, and it's gone.
You don't know what we're talking about. Braxton Blue and Belly hijacked the studio. I was gone. It was really funny. And yeah, I mean, they did a great job. I was really proud to see you two just handle it with no problems at all. It's a fun show to listen to.
Especially since we didn't ask Luch to do it at all.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, we're in here. We're all in it together, you know, so yeah. I'm not trying. It was just fun to watch. All of a sudden, I was like, wait, what is this? What is this? Oh, God, what did they do? And you did great. So go ahead and check that out. Belly and Brax Hijacks the Show is the name of that one. But we've got a lot to do because, I mean, Belly and I haven't seen each other for 2 weeks. We just spent like an hour hanging out in the green room.
I just got home.
I mean, you just got home like 3 hours ago from the Red Eye. Like,
yeah, it was 6 a.m.
Did you sleep on the plane?
Nope.
Potz.
No, I've just realized I was off the show for 2 weeks, which is the longest stretch that I've been off since we started, since I've been on the show, which is over a year at this point. So it was weird. One, it was really nice to sleep in, but two, it did feel a little weird to not have that in my weekly schedule. I mean, it's been part of my life, you know.
I have to say we missed you. Like, the show isn't the same without you. It's not. I need the sounds. I need your crude sense of humor. I need you to tell me to GF me. It's all there.
GF me.
Well, I'm here and I'm all bottled up and ready to burst. So let's do it.
Have you eaten any foods from the Publix grocery store lately?
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, no, we don't have Publix here, but no, Ralph's, Pavilions, Vons. No, I mean, what's funny is Luch and Belly were both here at separate times over the last 2 weeks, and we did go to the grocery store, and I consciously said, look, I'm not going to like steal food because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So I've actually been on my best behavior for the last couple weeks.
I appreciate it.
I mean, I went to Costco yesterday and spent $245, like some losers actually spending money and not stealing food. It really sucks.
So are you saying you've been on your best behavior around me? That's what you're saying? When I came to visit, you were on your best behavior? Is that what you want to start this show with?
I'm gonna double down and say I was on my best behavior.
So your best behavior leaves me.
This is my nervous laugh, in case you're wondering.
It's a very nervous laugh because I don't know if the people realize, but his best behavior left me out in the middle of the city in L.A. wide open by myself for 2 hours with no idea where he is.
Can I just say, I've been in LA off and on for a total of almost 10 years, and I had one of the best nights that I've had in LA.
All right.
Or not even days. One of the best days. And I love nothing more than day drinking. And me and Luch had one of the best afternoons I've ever had. And
fun.
I mean,
It was.
and it made me fall more in love, not only with obviously Luch, but with this city, with living in this city and the potential that you can have just running around like a madman. I mean, it was great.
We must have walked the entire Sunset Strip. So let's back it up.
Dude.
Let's back it up. We went to tell Standa. I got off the plane and I said, go ahead.
Yeah, let's start there. He got off the plane. Of course, I take him to In-N-Out Burger. And while we're standing in the insanely long line, he looks at me and goes, I mean, this is kind of a long shot, but if I could do like an open mic, that would be so much fun. In less than 24 hours, he was doing an open mic set.
Well, that's what was awesome. Like Potz just ran into somebody or saw on their Instagram telling open mic at a cafe. I mean, it was just really neat to see. Like, I will say, I would never want to live. Look, dude, I know you like LA. One thing that I noticed about it, I would never want to live there full time because they treat eye contact like it's the plague there, first of all. I didn't like that. Like, dude, I think I can crush this city. I think you would dominate this city because just walking up to somebody and putting your hand out, shaking their hand and making eye contact, you are already 10 times like, who is this guy ahead of the next person?
People.
Well, it was when I was there. It was funny because I actually noticed that I was very respectful. I would say please, thank you. Even when ordering at the bar, I'd say, may I please have.
How's your day going? You ask about the person's day and stuff,
and they're just like, so where are you from? Because they right away know I'm not from there.
Right,
like, right away.
Right. Oh, where's this?
Something's a dead giveaway. I wasn't sure what. Now it might be because I said please and thank you. But that's more because my mama raised me right, not because of any other reasons. She just was someone that told me to say please and thank you. So for all those folks who don't, do. It's just a nice gesture. It starts off everything positive.
Luch is not kidding either. People would look at him like there was either something wrong with him, maybe that he was like a little bit special, or that he was like a leper. I mean, people were it was cool to see because, and I do think you would kill it in this city just for that reason, because you make the extra effort and you don't know who you are meeting. You could literally meet the person that's going to change your life standing in an elevator.
Dude, I had dinner. I had dinner. Listen, I was out there for like 2 nights and I got, okay, so let's just give the people, let's all just.
I know, right? But you know, it's funny. He says that, and I actually have a perfect story for this last night at the airport with my buddy. And someone he met. So
no. Take it then. That's appropriate, and we'll just take a deep breath, and then we'll get into why Potz left me in the city because of how good of a time we had. So
by the end of the trip, you know how trips go. Sometimes when you've been on a trip for a long time, basically at the end of it, you're ready to go. It's one of those things. It's not like you
ready to leave.
You're ready to kind of get back to your bed. You're ready to get back to your normal routine.
Yeah,
and you're ready to stop spending money. So we actually went to the airport decently early, like before our flight, like 3 hours before our flight. So got through security easy, checked in I checked in the night before, so we had boarding pass set up. But I had 2 passes to the United Club, which is like a club inside of the airport that past members can go into, enjoy some free snacks, some free food, and also complimentary Coors Light and Budweiser, which was very enjoyable as well.
I'm surprised you left the airport.
Yeah.
Right?
They dragged him onto the plane.
Yeah.
Right? It felt like that. But there was this cute girl sitting about 4 seats down from me and my buddy. And eventually, you sit at a bar long enough near people, you're going to start talking to them. It's just a fact of life.
I mean, if you're personable.
Obviously, people were moving in and out, but we were kind of cemented in for multiple hour, like a whole hour, and we were like, all right, so she's not going anywhere anytime soon, it seems. We're not going there. So that's
just like when you show up in class and there's only one seat next to you, and then a hot girl walks in and she has to sit next to you, and you're stuck there together for about an hour.
It's like wishing.
Yes.
It's like wishing that when one of your neighbors moves away, that a cute girl might move into that house, and
then they do
the silly romantic life of we grew up as neighbors. Yeah, you have those pipe dreams. Obviously, that's not.
So who is this that you meet at the airport? Who is this girl?
So this girl's nice girl. Her name's Christina. She's from LA. She's actually flying to DC, but not on our flight. But she's flying to DC to then fly to Puerto Rico for some job stuff. She tells us her whole story. She actually missed her flight that morning and missed her flight for this work trip. So now she's stuck at the airport, barely made it onto this last flight of the night.
Oh my God.
Now she's getting there.
What a nightmare.
She'll be getting to Puerto Rico at some point today at 1 p.m. Anyway, my roommate and her start talking, hitting it off, and I pipe in some things here and there, like bring up something my roommate may have brought up or in the conversation so that he can go on another tangent talking to her. Trying to be the best wingman I can be in all phases of the game. So she gets to talking about where she's from, and my friend, actually had a job offer in this city where she's from. And now she's like telling him, like, go, do it. And it's one of those things where I really think it convinced him to just jump at the chance and say, you know what, you never know who you meet in an airport to tell you to, like, the signs you see to really say, you know what, maybe I'll jump at this opportunity.
It's incredible. I mean, I was eating dinner with a 30-year film editor in the business, and also somebody who pitches scripts for a living. Like, people pitch scripts to her. That's who I just randomly had dinner with.
What?
Like, what?
When did you have dinner with someone like that?
That's when I was out there. I mean, that's how random it is. I mean, I didn't know I was going to dinner with these people. I just ended up at a dinner with these people. And of course, I'm talking to them, and I don't even know. I'm talking to them like they're my buddy. That's the best advice I can give anyone. Just treat people you meet like you already know them.
And be open and proud of what you talk about and do.
But people who are important love that if you don't go through that important phase. If you just already cut to the like, oh, get out of here. Come on, let's have some ribs. Who cares?
And that's how I know I've been in LA for a while, because it's honestly a little bit jarring to see that.
Dude,
like every time you did it, even I was like, oh my God, why is he talking to people? Right. I mean, seriously, he went out of his way. He would ask him questions, and I'm like, quite frankly, I don't have the energy to do it. I don't have that energy. You got to be on.
That has to be who you are. You're right. It's not like I'm trying to do that. That just is who I am. And if you were trying to, you're right. That would be absolutely exhausting. But anyway, so I got off the plane, and I said, yeah, it would be awesome if I could do some stand-up. And Potz is like, oh, well, look at this. We found one that we could do. And
I literally called him. I was at work. I called him. I go, sign-ups are in 2 hours. Giddy up. And he stepped up.
I mean, I was down. I wasn't kidding. I want to know that I wanted to be able to say I've told stand-up in LA. That's all. I just wanted that experience. And so, I mean, we ended up at this cafe at 4 o'clock on a Monday?
Yep.
I mean, you could just, I figured also that it would be way stuffier than anything in DC. I've told stand-up in DC, and let me tell you something. They don't even let you in the room. As the comic, you have to be in the back room, and then you're not even allowed to sit in the crowd because God forbid, you took a seat from a guest. Can I stand in the back? I just want to get a feel for the room, man.
Right.
And then the other comics don't sit with you in the back room, because who are you? We've been doing this for years. On the up and up in D.C. with traffic and nobody watching and nobody gives a shit, and they're all care about politics. So everybody, the comics out here are all fucking hardened, and they don't they're doing the grind, but they're worn down, dude. Whereas you get to LA, I go out to sign up, and everybody's like, hey, how's it going? Are you new? Oh, what are you doing? Are you going to tell a set? All right. And I'm like, can I? Yeah, of course you can. I said, all right. Well, so we ended up doing it. It was really fun. And I think we kind of Potz and I kind of stumbled across my persona and my comedic persona moving forward, which is, how did I get here?
It's so great.
You want to tell the people?
No, you go. I mean, I
think it'd be funnier from you.
I mean, I think I've kind of helped, because first off, we were day drinking, of course.
Oh, we were hammered.
And so while he's sitting here telling this story that he's told on the show about how he found himself in the middle of a rub and tug situation, and I'm sitting here and I'm literally watching his entire act and persona unfold, and I'm like, this is it. And I'm like, everything about the situation, like him coming off the plane and ending up even doing the stand-up set, it's like, how did I get here? And I mean, Luch is actually the one that said, well, that's my persona, is how did I get here? But I'm trying to explain it to him, and I'm like, no, you're this innocent guy that just ends up in these freaking hilarious situations, and you just are dealing with it in every set should just be a different story on how did I get here.
And I
mean, literally just like that. And I mean, honestly, that could literally be his entire career. I mean, it's so funny.
Well, and I could start. I want to start off with what I was going to say is I would start every set with, so did I ever tell you guys about the time?
Right.
Because I don't want to get a look. Mitch Hedberg is amazing. Comedians who tell actual jokes, I find that to be so, I respect that so much because Belly, to land a joke is so fucking hard, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna land hard.
Like
too.
to do a punchline and then stop and then hope that people laugh is like the epitome of putting yourself out there.
Yeah,
it's the epitome of fear from public speaking because you're putting the punchline out and then you shut up and you just hope for a laugh. In radio, there is no laugh. So we give each other laughs, or maybe we just move on.
We give each other touchdowns here on Lucdogg in the morning.
That's true.
But what's funny is, you talk about like Luch, you kind of not only gave your punchline right at the start, but you also, it's like people, you kind of knocked them off their guard a bit because he walks up on stage, grabs a mic, and he goes, like you said, have I ever told you guys a story about how I accidentally got a rub and tug? And everyone's like, what?
Off the bat, like everybody just
with the punchline.
Right. I start with the punchline, and then I just want to entertain you for the story. That's kind of how I'm going.
That's actually how you write articles too. Like you start with the final score. You say like you start with the most like key play of the game, saying like the 24-yard touchdown pass to so and so clinched the game for the so and so.
And then you get into the
and then you
details.
get into the meat.
Absolutely.
But, something that really interesting that happened in the middle of his set that would have thrown literally 99.9% of the comics on their ass.
God.
The mic. He was having serious mic issues. And he was messing with it for a second. And it was honestly like really annoying.
It was the connection of the cable to the microphone was bad. And by the way, the only problem that we even had with Potts' studio, I went out there to troubleshoot. We bought $450 worth of equipment just to make sure we had everything that we could possibly need to be new, and then we would just try and figure out what was wrong. We tried the cheapest thing first, just the mic cable, and that was it. And then we returned the equipment. Because, dude, a mic cable, if it doesn't connect properly to the microphone, all you're going to hear is...
It ruins your day, for sure.
It ruins the whole timing of everything. It's all timing. Comedy's all timing.
Yeah, and so Luch takes a beat, thinks about what he's going to do because the mic is just not really working. He just puts the mic down, and literally his set got better because he could start using his hands like a true Italian. Italian boy.
I was
so,
like,
and I mean that would, dude. I bet 9 out of 10 comics would completely lose their pace and maybe even just be like, I can't do this set. But no, he was like, he totally rolled with it. And you could see again, like almost like when Luch goes up and says hi to someone, people were almost taken aback by the fact that he put the mic down and started. They're like, whoa.
I was getting fist bumps by the comics as they were leaving. They would stop by the table and fist bump me out of nowhere. I got a really ridiculous ovation. I'm not doing this to brag. I'm saying that this was a really weird thing that happened.
It was weird.
The ovation that we got, when they introduced me, I hadn't said a word yet. I hadn't earned anything. I hadn't even gotten on stage. And Potts, I'm telling you, it was
so weird,
dude. She introduced me as if I was Dave Chappelle just dropping in for a quick set.
And I taped it. Hopefully, I got that.
I have it. I have it on tape.
People were like hooting and hollering and cheering, and it was like what the hell is going on?
Do you know why I think? I'll tell you why I think. Honestly. If you go to a comedy show in D.C., every comedian has a friend that they bring. I bring Belly or Brax, somebody that knows a camera, knows production, and they're going to bring somebody that has a camera and they're going to tape their set because nobody is going to be in a comedy club in D.C. that's going to be able to expose you to the world. You're not getting discovered at a comedy club in D.C. that's just an open mic. It's not like LA where it's like you never know who's in the crowd. It's not like that here.
Yeah.
From the social media lounge. Show that clip.
All right, mate. I'll do it on Friday. I will. That's my promise to you. I will show that on Friday.
Friday's show. Tune in. Mark your calendars. Lucdogg in the morning's coming to you live.
But I mean, they already heard
on a replay.
If you could just show Luch, if you just show the introduction that you got, then you walking up stage and you doing that. So have I ever told? Like literally, like the first 10 seconds. Like I'm sure everyone would. I want to see it.
Well, it's funny because what I was going to say is I feel that in DC, everybody has a camera because they're trying to show that set to somebody in a different city so they can get discovered. But we showed up in LA, and Potts just had a tripod with a little like easy like mount for a cell phone and a little cell phone microphone.
Yeah,
but it did have a little fluffy thing on the microphone, kind of.
I took it off. I had it. I took it off.
Well, I'll tell you something. We were the only people in the room with a microphone, and I'm pretty sure, and a camera. I'm pretty sure that the difference was, instead of thinking, "Oh, who the hell is this guy?" You're not going to get seen by anybody, which is basically what you get in DC. Everybody in the crowd, all the comedians was like, who is this guy? Is this somebody? Yeah. Is he somebody here?
They were playing it. I guess, I didn't think they were, playing it up for the camera.
I honestly think they might have been playing it up for the camera, knowing that we were taping a set and knowing how important that is.
Again, how supportive of that community. Dude, it was such a cool day, man. It was so much fun.
That's something we talked about a little bit. It's just more people out there are more creative minded in their thinking. Just kind of their output.
Belly, everybody here is asking you, what do you do? What do you do for work? How do you do? Okay, that's cool. Will you meet somebody and say, oh, that's awesome. Okay, what's your name? I'm Adam. Okay, I'm Jason. Oh, awesome. Jason, what do you do? That's the immediate question. And I'm going to tell you something. Out there, it's more like, hey, what's up? Okay, cool. Oh, who's your agent?
Right.
That's the difference.
They'll ask, what do you do? But it doesn't mean work.
No, but the mindset here and the mindset there, I will say it was a creative boost in energy. So now we'll take it to how I got left in the middle of the city. Let's get funny, and then I've got some NFL talk, but not the way
Hopefully
you think.
We're caught up on all the news.
I am not going to bog you down with politics just because I'm back in D.C. Not happening. We don't do that here. But I do think I have an interesting idea that I wanted to run by the people. We'll talk about it next. It's Lucdogg in the morning
at LITMradio.com.
Well, I'm rusty.
You guys are so hot right now.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what the fuck am I going to eat today? I got the answer for you right here, folks. It's Marinate Restaurant. You marinateyourlife.com. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go over there. You're going to get yourself some sliders, some bowls, some soups, some tacos, whatever it is, because on Tuesdays, those tacos are buy one, get one free. So head over to the brand new store on the corner of Western and Melrose and get yourself some goddamn tacos. Let's go, baby. marinateyourlife.com. Head over there today for the best food you've never had.
Pay the man, baby.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Looch.
He flew across the land. He went to a city he had never before been. He ran into somebody more famous than him. And he was the coolest one. His name, Belly Matt LaBelle. What happened, dude?
Oh my God, that's me! Oh my God! Oh yes, I ran into an old friend of ours way back just a few days ago. Yes, I ran into the one, the only, the amazing Annie Cruz.
Dude, I have to hear this story, man.
Loves and supports the show, and we love her as well. Yeah, it was the weirdest experience. One of those small world moments where you just can't help but think, all right, well, sometimes it's just meant to be. So basically what happened was that we were at this bar called Coin Op. It's literally a bar with arcade machines, basketball hoops, old school
those
arcade
are fun.
games.
That's fun. We did one of those in Denver called One Up. It's just a
One Up,
arcades.
same,
Yeah,
and it's awesome time. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things you can kind of jump around, be social, not just with your group, but with other people around. We were having a lot of fun, and then literally I was just getting something to eat. I was standing at the bar eating a slice of pizza, and I happened to just look straight across, and who might I see? But Annie Cruz.
Which is so weird because we've actually done a show with her about how to approach an adult film star or just somebody famous in general.
And let me tell you, I had all that anxiety.
I'm sure
going
you did.
up to it.
But I would have.
Oh, he nailed it.
I bet first of all, folks, just knowing Belly, he's going to nail this. But wow, loaded with this ammo of being able to reference the show, I would have walked up there and pretended like I was somebody hitting on her and then let her figure out what I was doing. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone over well.
Probably not at first. Not at first.
Not only that, like she was with 3 dudes that were decent sized dudes. Like I didn't want to bring in like any kind of weird vibe. Obviously, you know, she doesn't know me left from right, really. I mean, we've of course talked here on Lucdogg in the Morning, but she's seeing the smallest square in the world of 2 people in a room with a giant green background. She hasn't really seen me before.
Potz and Belly just met for the first time this weekend. I mean, come
pics
on.
of that too. We'll share those on Friday too. We'll share some of the pics and trips from our vacation. We'll do a little family vacation slideshow.
What Potz?
Finally, the marinade food stories. You guys finally ate the infamous kitchen sink wrap, and
it's not a wrap. I'm sorry. No, it's not a wrap, but we'll have that discussion.
It is. So
it's really not.
When you eat it there, it feels more like a wrap.
Stay on Annie Cruz.
Anyway,
we'll do that.
Anyway, I look across. My mindset is like, all right, how do I approach the porn star Annie Cruz? How do I go over and say hello? And
former adult film star.
I'm sorry.
Because she does a lot of really cool stuff like podcasting and acting and
she does. She's doing some kind of startup thing as well. I think she was talking about, but I just ended up saying, like,
what'd you do?
I grab my beer, I walk over, and I just say, I'm sorry, excuse me, but you actually may know me. And
the way he said it to me was so much better. He walked up and he said something. The way you said it to me was he walked up and she was like, do I know you? Or something like that. No. And you were like, actually, yeah, you might know me.
Yeah, well, so I walked up and I say, hi, excuse me, but you may know me.
What a cocky move.
And she just
it's so great.
right there is taken aback.
Oh, the dudes already now are on full tilt.
And I said, oh, I'm, of course, my name and Belly from Lucdogg in the Morning.
Yeah.
And right there, her face just goes, oh my God.
So cool.
Of course, me and her get a selfie, send it along. I'll see if I can bring that up here in just a minute. But it's one of those things that you just, small world. There are 160,000 people around Comic-Con. There are celebrities everywhere. There are people. I saw a ton of different celebrities and people walking just throughout the area.
Yeah, I mean, you must have had an amazing time. But to come across Annie Cruz, who's in our intro, I mean, guys.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Lidati, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Lucdogg.
Lucdogg.
This is Annie fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Lucdogg in the Morning.
So that's just so cool to me that you guys ran into each other. It's a small world. I mean, I was out in Denver. I was running into people that were, commenting. Here's a fun thing I will say. If you're out in a different city, wear your home team, like, jerseys and stuff. Because it was really fun to see who would comment, Redskins? Redskins? What do you know about the Redskins? And be like, yeah, exactly. You from D.C.? And they're like, yeah, I'm from Leesburg. So, like, that was kind of a cool way to realize it's a small world. What, Potz? I see you over there.
And speaking of small world, I got to give a shout out to, I think his screen name's A American in the social media lounge. He's one of the listeners came from, I think, Idaho. And he had a kitchen sink wrap at Marinate. So it was actually a big couple weeks for first timers at Marinate.
All right, so let's talk about the food then. Is it a wrap or is it a burrito? Because you're right. This dude texted me. He actually drove there like 3 hours just to try it. So
he literally walks in and he's like, I was like, hey, can I help you? He's like, actually, I'm here to see you. And I was like, all right. And he told me who he was. And he's like, I literally am driving through to see the Hollywood sign and to try this damn kitchen sink wrap. So, I mean, he like left his wife in the car while he was sitting there and like eating tacos. It was hilarious. But I'm going to call you out, Luch, because I was talking with Belly and I honestly don't think you liked the food. There, I said it. I don't think you liked the food.
kitchen sink wrap.
We've been talking for about a minute and a half. With
I haven't heard anything you said.
Okay.
I've been telling you, I can't hear any
that's
of that.
why. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. So that was Belly showing.
Yeah, sorry, I did that. It's all my fault.
All right, well, that's fine. No. He was just showing the picture. We're just a little rusty. But Potz, why do you think I don't like marinate, you a-hole?
Because, you're realizing a very finicky eater. I thought the kitchen sink wrap would have been literally the culmination of all of your favorite foods.
Did you see my review?
It was.
Did you see my review?
He did love the kitchen sink wrap.
Did you read my review?
So, Belly and Luch leave me a review on Yelp. They both got pulled down.
Why?
Because you guys have no reviews, and so they think they're fake, and they pulled them down.
Yeah, I don't review places.
I really don't.
Yeah,
that sucks. Yeah. I was like, I'd give it 6 stars if I could.
Fake.
Yeah, I hate Yelp. Is such a pain in my ass.
Here's the truth. Okay, I loved the wrap better than any wrap or burrito I've ever had, and I mean this because it's not a wrap. I think it's a burrito. First of all,
right.
It's got rice. Well, can you just tell us the ingredients and then we'll let the social media decide? You guys vote. I'm pretty sure there's an odd number in there. So social media lounge, I would like for you to vote. Belly, hit S so that we can take us to the social media lounge. Maybe if you can hit that button. Vote on this. Is what he's about to describe to you a wrap or a burrito? Because I'm telling you, it had the most even distribution of food per bite I've ever seen. There was never a bite that had any different amount of stuff in it. It was the same.
Which is a big plus.
Dude, that is like, I've never had that before. It's like, wow, somebody actually figured it out.
Like, there's so much flavor in that
There's
burrito.
pasta in it. All right, so what is in this wrap? And then social media lounge, is this a wrap or a burrito?
Yeah, we definitely layer it so we can have an even distribution. But it starts with brown rice and red quinoa. Then you pick your protein, either root beer beef, chipotle pulled pork, or sweet Hawaiian chicken.
But it's shredded, so you're not getting a whole bunch of chunks, which is amazing.
Right. That's the key. And then we put 2 scoops of sun-dried tomato penne in it.
Yep.
Half a scoop of our tomato bisque soup, crispy onions, and then we wrap it up. And
you're talking rice, you're talking pasta, you're talking quinoa, you're talking soup, and you're talking meat.
It's
and crispy onions. And I mean, Luch only ate half of it. I mean, it's a big wrap.
I only ate half of it.
Oh man,
I could only get half of it. Well, now, and to be fair, I was telling stand up in an hour, so I wasn't gonna. I told Potz. I said, listen, I could get this other half down and really be done for the day, but I gotta be up and moving around, so I can't do that.
That's true. Luch, on the other hand, Belly, on the other hand, came with a buddy of his. They got a hot mess wrap, a kitchen sink wrap, cut them in half, and then they each had half of each.
That's awesome. So
then they took down a few tacos as well. I mean, dude, these boys definitely looked like they were in food coma heaven for sure.
Yeah.
Which was better?
We walked it off, thank God.
Which was better? Hot mess wrap, kitchen sink wrap, or burrito /
I probably like the hot mess. No, I like the kitchen sink more. Just because of the flavor in there and the hardiness of it.
It's not a mess of food. It's all a bunch of food that you wouldn't think goes together, but it does, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
it's
just
like an
saying
organized
this,
mess.
I would tell you if I didn't think in fact, Belly and I were talking. I think your location is hurting you. We were talking about it today.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, I would tell you honestly if I didn't think something was good. I think that the soda that I had there was the highlight of my trip. What is this, pineapple soda you guys have? It tastes exactly like the icy from 7-Eleven. That's the Pina Colada icy. It's amazing.
Right, it's pineapple cream. So we carry Stubborn pure cane sugar, pure cane soda, no high fructose corn syrup, and they have some really cool flavors like lemon berry acai, pineapple cream, and then we just have classic root beer. But we also have a black cherry, and people literally will come just for the soda sometimes.
Keto friendly.
Yeah, well, I mean, as no sugar, so I can't have sugar. But yes, I'm still doing that, by the way, on week 7.
I know, we're proud of you. Yeah. So, what is the social media? Belly, what's the social media lounge? He's doing good on his diet. I'm proud of him.
Fit, healthy.
Yes, good job. Did you figure out that's what I was saying? Turn it up. Good job, dude. Yeah. Nice job. What's social media lounge popping off with? Is it a wrap or a burrito?
Nothing yet.
All right, that is. Do I need to hijack the show? I'll hijack the show right now and stop everything until I get a vote for wrap or burrito.
Copy wants to try it without the meat. Now, I will tell you, Copy, their tofu is the bomb.
Just because I don't think any tofu is the bomb. Come on.
It was so good. It was probably the flavor in the tofu is just unbelievable. I'm using the bomb. I'm going straight back to 1990 to get a reference so that I can bring it back specifically for this tofu because it was so good.
Did you say you spend 3 days making it?
Yeah, it's long. It takes longer to make than any of our meats. We dehydrate it for 2 days, so it like really releases all the water and it becomes as firm and as dense as possible because you want to have that meat-like texture. Then we marinate it, of course, for a day. Then we actually grill it. It's the only protein that we grill. So again, it kind of dries it out a little bit more. And yeah, people love it. I mean, our tofu taco is great. I mean, whether you like tofu or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now, from the social media lounge, it looks like they're weighing in, and it looks like we've got burrito as the winner. So
yes, I told you, Potz.
Sure.
I really think you should put this up to the people. Show a little clip, and then put it on Instagram or make a Twitter poll about it. It'll drive a ton of traffic. Is this a wrap or a burrito?
Right.
People love these arguments, man.
Yep.
I have a video of me making the hot mess wrap, and I mean that thing it's awesome.
The hot mess, really good crunch to it. I mean, I texted Kim while eating it.
I know.
She was stupid jealous.
Well, how many? Because it's named after her, and I actually watched some random dude walk in while I'm eating, and he just goes, "Hey, can I get the hot mess wrap?" And I just went, "Oh my God, Kim, you should be so proud right now."
Yeah.
That's so cool to me.
Apparently, someone comes in and eats 2 a week, so I don't know what to.
Yeah.
So anyway, I told the stand-up. Potz saw it. Potz is now my new agent because he's seeing his sparks are flying in his eyes, and he's seeing, oh my God, we have this whole new thing that we can market. I know exactly what we can do. And he thinks to himself, I want to host this at my place.
Why am I not doing this? Yeah.
He totally can. I'm sorry, I'm like burping down my breakfast there. It was kind of gross. But yeah, no, we had the idea. He's actually going to start hosting open mics out at Marinate. But anyway, this was really, which I mean, I guess, is that starting if you want to just plug it real quick?
Yeah, let me at least roll it out. So Monday, August 6th, we're going to start hosting a open mic. Sign-ups are at noon. Show starts at 2 o'clock. You must purchase one item. You get 10 minutes set. And I mean, we're literally going to build like a little mini stage.
10 minutes set
I
is
actually
long.
need to talk to you about a speaker.
10 minutes set. Well, that's long, dude. 10's too long, in my opinion. I mean, do your thing.
Well, that's what you had. Do you think that's too long?
No, I had a 6-minute set, and that felt long.
Oh, 6 minutes. All right, I'll change it to 6 minutes.
I would do 6. 10 is asking a shitty comic to do a lot of time.
All right, let's do 6. All right, I'll change it to 6 minutes.
In fact, that was the longest I'd ever had. In DC, it's 3, and I feel like that's unfair. It's really hard to set up something in 3 minutes, which actually takes us to, so that'll be cool. Go check that out. First Monday in August. That'll be really neat. I'm going to be hosting a couple of them. We're going to figure out, I'm trying to do maybe every other week out there is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. But anyway, so I do this stand-up, and he freaks out, and we're freaking out. We're all riding the high of being able to, I felt like I owned the city. I'm wearing this shirt. Talk about what a douchebag, me. Okay? I'm wearing this shirt. Potz, I don't know if you remember this. I'm riding the high as if I was just Dave Chappelle who just killed the Netflix set. Like, I felt amazing. Okay? Yeah. And so we're walking Sunset Strip, and we're going over to the Comedy Store, which is a world-famous comedy club that every comedian and their mother got their start from. There's pictures of all of them there. Belushi, Carrie, all of them. Chris Rock, all of them. Okay? And so we're going there because somebody at the open mic said, hey, you should go over and watch Kill Tony, the podcast that's being live broadcasted at the Comedy Store. They have a bucket. You put your comics go up. They show up. They sign their name in, and then they take all the names and they cut them up and they put them in a bucket. And this podcast then goes on the main stage in the Comedy Store, and it's 2 comedians and 2 guest comedians. They sit on the stage and they live broadcast it just like we're doing now, and they just pull names out of the hat. And you got 150 comics, and I'm one of them, sitting on the side of the main stage. And if our name is called, we have to go up and we get 1 minute to tell stand up or do whatever we want to do for 1 minute. And then they will stop us, and then they'll judge it or tell you like, hey, maybe this isn't for you. You'd be a great car salesman. It
was awesome.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a 2-hour podcast. I could have sat there for 4. I mean, it was that interesting because you're drinking, you're listening to comics. It's, fairly fast moving. I thought they actually could have moved a little bit quicker, but it was, and like as podcasters, to go to the Comedy Store, which has been there for 50 years, and to watch a live taping of a podcast, it was like educational as well for us.
Potz, I heard you were sleeping.
Oh,
That's why it went by so fast, you a-hole.
I did kind of forget about that.
You passed out there in the middle of the show.
We can talk about time travel real quick.
I did. You asshole.
If we want to talk about time travel real quick.
Belly, no, because this is Potz on his best behavior.
Well, it's funny.
Yeah, man. I was trying to be good.
He wasn't the only one that time traveled. I literally was riding in an Uber to Potts' store during rush hour from Santa Monica Pier. And it was an hour ride, like 45-minute ride. And I fell asleep in the Uber.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
Bad news. That's how you get raped.
Well, my friend was there. Now, he had to talk to the Uber driver the whole time while I was asleep, snoring in the back probably. But that's the closest thing to time travel you can get.
Well, Potts traveled time in the middle of the Comedy Store because he thinks that he could sat there for 4 hours. Yeah, it's because you only remember 30 minutes of it. He was literally, Belly, if you were the bartender, if you saw him, you're kicking his ass out so fast. He's just sitting there like passed out.
But I was listening. I wasn't like unconscious, but I was in a zone. I mean,
podcasts make me sleepy too.
Yeah, that's why we don't do a podcast, and that's a good opportunity to say that this is not a podcast. This is a live show,
live stream,
that you can catch the podcast of if you weren't able to see the show. But this is a live show. We were thinking about even changing the name. This is not a podcast. Yeah. Stop telling us that this is a podcast. It's not.
I think we should change it. I think we should change the name.
I mean, we were talking about doing Lucio Live or something like that. It's just, this is a show that is live broadcasted. And if you want to catch the podcast, you can. But do not call us a podcast. That's why we take breaks, which we're not going to even do another one of because we're rolling right now.
Hey, we did that. We did that on my show the other day.
Yeah, we're just going to roll.
We did that on my show the other day.
Copying out. I'm taking a page out of your book, Belly. So we're now, this is back to why I'm a douchebag. I'm riding the high of telling a decent story in a room of 25 comics and being accepted. That felt good.
Mm-hmm.
Potts is over here blowing me up as if I'm an inflatable doll, and he's just blowing air into me like, this is it. We got this. And I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was very exciting to live vicariously through you.
I was very excited to feel your emotions. So it was really fun. And we're walking the streets of Sunset Boulevard to get to the Comedy Store.
So now it's like it's about 6
It's about 6 p.m.
Set yet.
We're hammered. I mean, he's hammered because he's not used to drinking. You don't party at all. You're working 7 days a week.
I hadn't been out in a long time. It was definitely a school night for me, but I had planned on spending the day with you, and I wanted to make the most of it.
We had fun, and I'm wearing this shirt, which if you're listening, it's a Dunder Mifflin shirt. Obviously, if you watch The Office, you know what I'm talking about. It just says Dunder Mifflin.
Paper company.
It does. So I was walking the streets with Potts, and we're talking about how great the set just went, and some dude, black guy, looks really nice, walks by us, and he points at me, and he goes, I don't know what he said. And I immediately thought to myself, what's up? Thanks, man. I thought I was recognized. Hey, Luch, I thought is what he said.
No. I'm assuming.
Oh, he completely did. He was like, oh my God, yeah. I was like, what?
Oh my God,
he just recognized me.
Didn't it feel like that? Potts, it felt like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure thinking back on it, because I don't think he was at the comedy club. And there's no way he's I mean, you're not picking me off the streets. I'm pretty sure he said, hey, nice shirt.
His buddies texted him a picture of you.
No, I see. That's where no, I'm telling you, I'm thinking he said, hey, nice shirt. And I'm just riding the high. Hey, thanks, man. It's me. You're right. You want an autograph?
It's me, Lucdogg.
What a douchebag. But I felt so good, dude. I did. And we went to the Comedy Store and we had a great time. But then it was over. And Potts, I'm just thinking he's going to go pass out because he was sleeping in the Comedy Store 10 minutes ago. So, no. That's not what happened. We ended up going to this is where the night gets fuzzy.
I mean, we walked up and down Sunset for hours talking about the podcast.
We were just jazzed up and hammered and just like there's lights everywhere. Imagine being on the strip in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like there's no clocks. It's like time just stops, man. You're just there. But the difference is in LA, everything closes at 2 a.m., Belly.
Right.
That's the problem here. So at Vegas,
and that doesn't open until like 3 p.m.
Right. And so at Vegas, that's smart. If you get left by your buddy and you get separated, you can just go gamble. You can go do stuff until whatever. You can go get a hotel room. Let me tell you something. A little white boy who's clearly drunk could not get a hotel room in West Hollywood.
In West Hollywood.
Not happening. They took one look at me and they said, nope. Look, here's what happened. Potz was like, I'm going to go get some food. This is how I remember it. I'm going to go get some food. I'll be back in 15 minutes, no more. I'm going to go to this pizza place or wherever. I don't even remember where he was going to.
It was a pizza place,
but he said to me, stay right here at this cafe. It's a 24-hour cafe. Just hang out.
Right.
Now, I want to tell this story and let the listeners imagine what you would do in this situation. Because I don't have... Oh, I do have my phone at this point. I did have my phone. All right. So he says, stay here. We're in the middle of West Hollywood. It's about 12:30 at night, and we're hammered. And he says, stay here at this 24-hour cafe. I'll be back in 15 minutes, no more than 30. 30 tops. I'm literally just going to go walk over here, get some food, and be right back. Okay. 2 steps, and Potz is gone. I mean, he's around the corner. I mean, you know when your friends are drunk, and they're like, boom, they're on a mission. They're doing whatever they're thinking about. And that was him.
Just wandering.
And I'm half happy for the kid, because he's finally getting a chance to unwind and like just be drunk and have fun for a night. But now, all right, well, I guess I'm going to the cafe. I show up at the cafe, and Belly, the guy says, I'm sorry, no, we're closed.
A 24-hour cafe.
24. I said, I'm sorry, I thought it was 24 hours. Nah, dude, we're doing a deep cleaning. Sorry, man. I said, oh, no, okay. Now, here's something I'm not used to. I said, can I just sit at a table real quick and figure this out? And he's like, I'm sorry, man, I really can't let anybody in. Okay, I'm not really from here, man, and I'm supposed to meet. I don't have anywhere to go. Is there anywhere like that's open that I can go to? And he's like, honestly, well, IHOP's 2 blocks down. I said, okay, and there's 2 guys that just
You do IHOP for sure.
I mean, Belly, is there anything else to do? What are you gonna do?
Well, nothing. But luckily, IHOP's something familiar at least, kind of like a little home base.
I know. I feel safe at IHOP.
Yeah.
Can I say that safely? I feel safe, and I don't feel like IHOP's gonna get shot up.
You know, no one's coming for the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity to like start trouble.
That was good. That took some real IHOP knowledge.
How about IHOP being International House of Burgers?
No,
that was a ploy.
No, it was a ploy. It's not even real.
It was not.
People,
there is a IHOP on Sunset that has a B, and they have burgers all over there. When I'm telling you, it's not a freaking ploy.
That is true.
That is true.
It's 100% true. I just don't think they've all changed over yet.
No, they were just trying to. I mean, they're thinking
trying to stir up people to talk about IHOP again,
which really lost a lot of fans.
Yeah, I didn't get it at all. I missed it.
Just a quick sidebar. I can see why somebody is some idiot in a meeting who sees their numbers are down says, well, we're only catering to 1 meal of the day. Why don't we cater the meal to a food that can be eaten for 2 meals a day?
Sure.
Because we don't think of you for that. There's way better burgers out there. I don't go there for that. I go there for a cheap omelet.
So was that a marketing ploy? Because if it was, they missed the mark. Because now I think that they're selling burgers.
Right.
I mean, they completely fucked that up.
Nobody knows, Potz. I mean, there have been
one of those scenarios where you fuck up and then you just say, "Oh, just kidding."
Yeah, just kidding.
Kind of joke. We did it on purpose.
Kind of
gotcha.
Kind of
You've
like
been punked.
Kind of like the NFL. Right? Think about it. Isn't that what they just did? They just did this with the whole kneeling thing, and that's why it's in the news. Just kidding. Just kidding. Sorry, everyone. Did you see they pulled it?
What?
The NFL put out a rule that each team had to submit a policy of how they were going to handle the kneeling stance.
Yeah, you know why they pulled it?
Because of the guy in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was so tell them. Okay, well,
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. Well, we don't. What we said before the show is we don't have to get all of our stories out in one show. So we realize that we're leaving a few things untangled, which we will then untangle on Friday.
Cleaning,
but
we'll retangle them on Friday.
but what? Right now we're gonna pause the story. Potz is around the corner. I am at a buffet or a cafe that is now closed, and I am told that I have to go to IHOP. I looked at the 2 guys. It's a gay couple that just got turned away. Also, I said, "Hey, you guys, IHOP." And they said, "Sure, bud." And so that's
Luch
where
goes to eat breakfast that I don't even know what time it is with 2 gay guys that he doesn't know to either House of Pancakes or House of Burgers. We don't know that either.
They babysat me.
Yeah.
They babysat me for an hour and a half while I tried to call Potz and couldn't find him. So that's where we'll leave the story for Friday.
I'm curious if you got anything to eat. I can't wait to find out on Friday.
Was it a burger or pancake?
You'll find out Friday. But with the NFL, they came out with the rule that if you are going to be on the field, you have to kneel, but you don't, or you have to stand, but you don't have to be
out on the field.
If you don't choose to partake in that, that's fine. Just stay out in the locker room. And then each put the onus on each owner of each team to submit their fining system or their discipline system for how they will handle a player who doesn't follow it.
Yep.
Now, what happened with the Miami owner?
Miami owner would come out and said he would suspend any player who protested the anthem for 4 games if they did so.
I'm pretty sure that's backwards. Are you sure on that? Can you fact check that? Because I thought that he said that he was going to not listen to the NFL and do whatever you want.
No, it was completely reversed.
Oh, do I have it backwards? I thought it was on the players' side. Either way, he took a stance that was either fuck you NFL or fuck you players.
No, it was F you players, I'm fairly certain.
Okay, so if that's the case, either way, the NFL, I know, can you just check that for a second? Because that's good to know. We should clarify that. But all I know is that because of how polarizing his stance was, the NFL was like, no, timeout, sorry, back it off. We're going to hold all of our proceedings with that rule. We're just going to take a step back for a second, figure it out behind the scenes. And it was like, okay, so now everybody's up in arms trying to say, what is the answer to this situation? Because obviously the NFL is losing money. Do you have clarification?
The Dolphins had created a team national anthem policy to suspend players up to 4 games for kneeling, according to the original AP story.
Wow. Okay, so he submits that, and then nobody's happy. And
of course, the NFL Players Association is like, oh no, you can't suspend players more for kneeling during the anthem than a
DUI or abuse.
DUIs
yeah. That's terrible. And so nobody was happy, because I'm sure some people were happy with that.
For example, Jameis Winston, who's suspended 3 games right now for allegedly groping a female Uber driver.
But you take a kneel and
you get 4.
You get 4. So no, that's not going to sit. Nope. Go ahead, Potz.
I'm just wondering what you guys think the answer. What would you do if you were an owner? What would you do?
This is not what I would want to do as the owner. This is me throwing out an idea, because all I've been doing is I came back from this vacation, then I had to do 2 events on Saturday and Sunday. And when I'm done with these events, I'm driving home at about midnight, and I get nothing but national radio on Sports Talk. And this is all they were talking about on these rides home. I'm riding home for an hour from each one of these gigs, and I'm just listening to these people yammer and yammer. Well, what do you think they should do? What's the answer? But what's the answer? And the host does nothing but outsource the show to all the callers. He doesn't have an opinion for anything. He's just listening to everybody else's and ripping them on it.
In trouble.
Well, that's how you do good radio. If you're not willing to put your opinion out there, then get the hell into a different industry.
Shout out to Chad Dukes.
Yeah, honestly, fine. That's fine. I respect him for that. So my honest opinion, it's not even an opinion, it's a thought. I want to throw this at you guys. Am I crazy? I feel like it's fair to say the NFL is down, right? They're losing money compared to previous years. And there's a lot of people who will make the correlation that some of that has to do with the negative optics with this kneeling, right? So let's just say for easy numbers, each team is losing $100,000 a year compared to before the kneeling. Okay, let's just say that, because it's an easy number. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, say $1 million. Say $1 million. Say it's down $1 million. Each team's down $1 million. So if you're an owner, you don't care about social change. You're just trying to hemorrhage the bleeding. That's pretty much the facts of it. You've got 30 guys who really aren't in it for social change. They're in it because they're businessmen. But you've got people who they're making the money off of that are trying to use the platforms that these 30 people are giving them to say, hey, help out our people who are making you this money. So that's the clash. That's why this argument keeps getting hijacked. It's not about the flag. It's about black people saying, stop shooting us with police brutality. That's what it all started with.
Yes.
And now it's going all different ways. And people don't like it. And people take it about the flag. And now people don't even want to watch football sometimes. Some people don't watch.
I think now it's just turned into being told what to do or how to respect your country. I mean, I don't think it's about, police brutality at all anymore. It's about, you're not going to tell me that I have to kneel. You're not going to tell me that I have to stand. This is a free fucking country. And quite frankly, then it goes back to I built this country, African Americans built the country on their back and weren't paid. And you're like, now you're going to tell me I have to respect that country. Like, don't tell me how to respect the country that I fucking helped build.
That's a main
and it's
thought.
a much deeper and like you said, the players are making the money. It's like, fuck you. Like we're making the money for. Don't tell me how. But look, NFL, it's a private company. They can do whatever they want.
You see how you're talking yourself into both sides. It's very easy to see both sides. It's very easy to see both sides. Bella.
I have a very controversial solution to this, and it's an unpopular one, and most people don't agree with it. But for me, I've actually never been a fan of televising the national anthem to such a scale.
That was one that was being said a lot.
And the biggest thing,
but that would create holy hell.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like
people would get upset. But here's the thing, like,
oh yeah,
one full season of not. Here's what I want. I want as soon as I turn on that football game, as soon as it says "Let's go to the game," I want to see that ball go in the air, and I want to see "Let's roll." Because here's the thing: when I'm sitting in a bar and sound's playing, and they've turned the sound on before the game start, and the national anthem comes on, what do you do in that bar? What are you doing?
Or do you stand?
Do you stand? Do you stop? Do you take off your fucking hat? Do you get up off your fucking couch when they're sitting there?
All right, well,
I'm sorry.
out. No, you're mad. You're
getting
mad.
Me excited about
because
it.
I do. I am that person you're talking about because I have a positive experience with the national anthem. We're never going to get this done in 3 minutes.
I enjoy the feelings it brings up in me.
No. But when I was playing baseball, I remember that was when I locked in, and I remember looking at the flag, feeling a feeling of like hairs going up on my neck. I'm about to perform like it's a country
when
thing.
It's live, I 100% appreciate it.
But I get that somebody who isn't feeling loved by their country might not have that same upbringing and that same feeling. I totally. So let me finish. So I understand. See, this is why it's easy to get fired up because you've got really good points for this. I see the reason that people are kneeling. I get it. I also see why some people just don't want politics with their sports. God, dude, I work 6 days a week. I come home on a Sunday. I just want to watch some football. I don't want to have to deal with this. So that's why it's not going away, because you have people who are saying I'm not going to stop fighting for my people.
And they shouldn't.
And you've got people who are saying this is not the place to fight, and they're not horrible. They're not horrible people for thinking that. I don't think you're a horrible person for just wanting to watch sports for sports. Not
at all. And I got to be honest, now that I've had a second to think about it, Belly's 100% right. If you don't televise it, you nip the entire problem in the bud. You take the authority out of everyone's hands. The owners, the players, everybody. You're like, you guys do whatever the hell you want. We're not televising it anyway, so no one's going to see it.
Sports is the only thing that plays the national anthem before an event.
Yeah.
Now, I appreciate it when I'm there.
But isn't that because it's okay? So
no, and they should do it while they're there. But for me, like, to televise it, and yes, it can be passionate for fans and everything like that, especially during events like the World Cup, the Olympics, things where a country may not hear their national anthem like
nationalism,
that.
Where nationalism comes into play, yeah, it makes sense. But I see what people are saying.
But we know we're in America for these USA games. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You guys just hijacked the last 6 minutes, which is a good thing because we're going to tease this. We're going to give the Social Media Lounge a day to think about this, just like I've had, because I didn't get a chance to say what my idea is, and I'll save it for Friday. It's fine. You guys just took it off, and that's what happens in this conversation, and I'm fine with it. But you realize I just started a story with, here's my idea, and then you guys just proceeded.
You've started 2 or 3 stories you haven't finished today.
You guys are just stopping them and going with them, and that's kind of how this show works, is I sort of come in with like the prep, and then you guys I feed you guys, and then you go.
And all our juices have been held in for so long.
So that's fine. I get that. But here's what I would like to do if we're going to do it right. I want the Social Media Lounge to actually think about this. What is the answer? What is the answer to this? Because I want you to think of it from the owner's standpoint, and I want you to think of it from the player's standpoint. Put yourself in both sides' shoes and see if you can come up with an idea that might work for everybody, because I'm telling you, I've got it. And I don't think you can beat it. So that's your challenge. Social Media Lounge. Good luck. We'll see what you got. Matty Potz, get us out of here.
That's all I got. It's a pleasure being back. I will see you guys in a couple days. The pot's about to boil, so get ready. Have a good day, and you can kindly go fuck yourselves.
Matty Potz from the Santa Monica Newsroom. Thank you, brother. And Belly, that was a lot of fun. You're passionate about this. It's good. Hit the main button over here. It's very good. Because I want to see you come out of your shell, because it's worth it when you do.
Of course, it's something I'm passionate about, because I just want everyone to get along.
Everybody love everybody, dude.
I want everyone to just kind of find their groove and love each other.
Say goodbye to the people, man. We got to get out of here.
It's been a pleasure. Stay zen and enjoy the day.
Woosah, everybody. It's been a blast. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back on Friday. Remember, your homework is to think about an actual real-life solution to the kneeling issue in the NFL. Don't come in here and complain if you don't have a solution. I want to hear ideas, and I will tell you the culmination of being left in the middle of LA at an IHOP. We'll do it all on Friday. This has been a blast. For everybody here at TTR Studios, thank you guys for hanging out with us and spending your time this morning. It is Lucdogg in the morning
at litmradio.com.